أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسول الكريم. Eid Mubarak, first of all, to you all, and I hope everything went well here. And we pray still, we continue to pray for Palestine and peace all over the world, in the entire world. Allah give us peace in the world, and Allah give success to the Palestine. Now we come back to this lecture where we had left. This was the ayat which we had discussed last time, and we had left the discussion here that Allah has created everything. He is the originator creator, not just the creator, but he is the originator creator. Ayat number 117, that he created, he can create, and he can still continue to create ex nihilo, even from nothing. But the reference which we get in the ayat in Quran, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says ratkan, it means there was a primal material available, which he had already created some time back, a long time back, we don't know when. From that existing primal from the primal material, Ratkan, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did it fatak, and then he originated, he created, evolved then the further things in the empire, in the universe. And he subjected all these universes. Sometimes people call it universes, and combined now they use the word megaverse. Megaverse means it is a combination of universes, or we call it heavens, 7 heavens. So it is a combination. So megaverse, he subjected everything in the megaverse, which consists of 7 universes or 7 heavens, which we translate in whatever manner we translate. It is 7 heavens. I think there is some noise coming from here. Can we stop this noise? This was the ayat where we had left the discussion. Abdul Wudud, in his book, The Phenomenon of Nature and Quran, page 5, he has explained this in this manner. There are different explanations, there are different theories basically, and we are discussing theories. These theories will continue changing. We are just trying to interpret and understand the word of God. Allah knows better. These are theories. The underlying idea of this ayat, which we have now discussed, is the divine intentions, the divine Shah, and decisions, Amr, Vaiza Kada Amran, Kala Lahu Kun Fayakun. So all the Shah, which is in the intention of God, and all the decisions, Vaiza Kada Amran, when that is finalized and the decision is taken, it becomes Amr, are in fact an integral part of Allah's process of creation. And when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala simply says, Kal lahu kun fayakun. He says Kal, and then it starts making. Yakun is mudara. Then it starts evolving. It starts happening. It starts developing. Evolution and development are two different things. We'll discuss that also. That will also come. So then the things start, if they go into process, and the process of evolution, and then development, and then sure, there are so many other processes which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned in the Quran. They are triggered off, they go on and on. The Holy Quran has used 2 different words for creation. And this is Abdul Wadud. I've quoted him. This is his word, his interpretation. They rather indicate the 2 different stages of creation. One is Shah, from Shah to Amr. So Amr is the first creation, and Shah Waliullah has also interpreted it but slightly in a different way. He calls it Alam al-Amr and Alam al-Amsal. And then this is the Alam al-Shay, which we are happening. We are here in three-dimensional physical situation. But Abdul Wadud said that these are two basic things. That is, when it becomes Amr, Kala lahu kun fayakun, it starts making from Amr. Then the process of Khalaka. Khalaka is translated usually as the evolution. It starts evolving, yakun. It continues. It is muzara. Khalaka means to create a new object from the existing constituents. From the existing constituents. Ratkan, it was already existing. The singularity was already existing. For fataknahuma, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that I ripped it open. I peeled it off and I opened it up. Now, the theory of Big Bang, instead of using the words like explosion, implosion, they have now they have improved the theory, they've refined the theory, and they also now believe that it was a peeling off of forces. And the meaning of this fatak is that you peel off. And as you peel off the skin of potato, for example, just like peeling off. So forces came out one after the other. Gravitons, gravity was the first force. Then came the electromagnetic force. These are theories as they have tried to sequence. And then the strong nuclear forces and the weak nuclear forces. And these are called four fundamental forces. It was at that stage that the Malaika were created. Because Iblis says, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at many other places says that he created it at the time of energy, when it was only energy. At that stage, it is a stage of subparticle. It is called subparticle and it is also called vehicle. It is a stage where the matter and energy is the same thing. Matter and energy at that level, at the subparticle level, is the same thing. If we consider it in the sense of matter as a subparticle, then it is matter. But if we consider it as a vehicle, then it is energy. And it is at that stage that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, I made Malaika. It means he made the fabrication, he made the circuitry of these subparticles. Then at that time, at that level, if we consider that circuitry or fabrication as material, then you can translate it, you can interpret it as if they are robots, Malaika, sometimes we say angels, physical angels, if we take it as the subparticle. But if we interpret as vehicle, then it is energy. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has all the power. He can assign any work to any miskal zaratin, as a robot, as physical, as subparticle, or as a vehicle, as a frequency. For example, we take so many works from laser, we manipulate it in many ways as energy. So photons, energy, and photon is also as a subparticle, it is matter. So here, khalaq refers to a new object from the existing constituents. For Adam, word khalaq is not used, it says jal. It means it is a different process. It is different from khalaq. It is like from the original material, something is made, now you are going to develop it into, in next phase, you are going to develop it further. You are adding some modules, adding some softwares, you are upgrading it. The next version, khalafa means the next version. Now you are bringing in the next version of that object. You are going to make it competent enough, well equipped, so that he can administer the earth as a manager, as Khalifa. So those modules are given when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala issues two notifications as a right of information, right to information to the malaika, that for sawaituhu, when I perfect it, I'll present it before you. And then he presented before the malaika. So khalaqa means to create a new object from the existing constituents. Ratkan fafataknahuma. This is where an object appears in many-faced form. Shay. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, you weren't even anything shy. You are not shy. Even at that time, when it was the time of Shah, not Shay. Shay comes from the Shah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, from the intention of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. From the Shah comes to Amr, and from the Amr it becomes Shay when it is given a command. So at that level, it becomes manifest, Shay. Now, even in the form of Shay, for us, there are two different domains. One is Shahada, where we can see Shahada within the 7 colors of spectrum of light. On that spectrum, if anything is reflecting that color, we can see it, that is Shahada. But anything beyond that, when it is ultraviolet or infrared, or even beyond that, it is X-ray, or it is any other form of subparticle, vehicle, energy, we can't see. That is ghaib. Ghaib is also physical. We can't see, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, everything is before him, for him. He has created it. For Allah, there is no ghaib. And Allah is not ghaib. For Allah, there is no ghaib. For us, there is shahada and there is ghaib, because when it becomes shay, then if it can reflect the light, we can see it within this band of 7 colors, and beyond that, we cannot see. The another world which is above this ghaib, shahada, ghaib, the transcendent world, the divine world, we don't know about it. That is not physical. It is even above the metaphysical. So there is the physical world, which is shahada and ghaib, and then is metaphysical. And first time this word metaphysical was used by Aristotle when he wrote the book Metaphysica, beyond, above the physical. And then after that, there is a world which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows, that is a divine world, that is the world of God. How he exists, what he is, we don't know. So we can't go into that form and figure, or the physical thing, or the essence of God. And Prophet, peace be upon him, also said that if you think into the attributes of God and try to adopt them, and don't go into those physical, into those existential experiences and existential adventures. So this is where an object appears in the manifest form as a shay. And this shay, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned at another place also. When the people of Musa alayhi salam asked Musa alayhi salam that you ask your God that we should see him. He should come and we should see him. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, and Musa alayhi salam, maybe he also had an intention. He wanted to understand, like Ibrahim alayhi salam, just to understand it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that look at the mountain. Mountain is the physical form. It is a physical thing. It is one of the hardest things. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that if that remains there, if it can resist and reflect the light of God, then you can see me. This is science. But since it cannot resist the light of God, anything coming from God, which God himself is, he is, then you can't see me. So what does that mean? That there is nothing in the universe, any shay in the universe, any physical thing in the universe, any vehicle or any particle in the universe which can resist God. Since it cannot resist, it cannot reflect. I'm talking in terms of the sight, how we see. Since it cannot reflect, and human eye can see only what is reflected within the 7 colors. Human eye has a limitation. On the day of judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that when I remove that kashaf, then you can see me. But in this world, the human eye cannot see God, because human eye can only see the reflection from the spectrum of light, which is of 7 colors. But prior to this is a stage where an object is still in the process of becoming. It is the process of yakun. It is becoming. It is forming. This planning stage is described as alam al-amr. Shah Waliullah also is using these terms, alam al-imsal. He says that this is not the real world. The real world is somewhere else, and we are just a reflection, imsal. So there are different theories. English word evolution has been, most of the time, we are fighting not on the original word of Quran. We fight on the translated word. So and so person translated it as this, and we are fighting on that. So anyway, since we are using the word evolution, borrowed from English, so he has tried to explain it. English word evolution has been used in context of the functions of rububiyat. One is primal, original initiation of the creation. That is, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala calls it Bada, first time. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is Badi. When He initiates, originally creates, that is Bada. But once it is Bada, after that, it is Khalaq, evolution. So he says that this process of evolution is Rububiyat. That was Uluhiyat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, where at every place in Quran, word Khalaq does not have the same meaning. Rububiyat does not have the same meaning. We have to see in what context where it has been used. Where evolution, word evolution, as we translate for creation, it is Rububiyat. It is a process of Rububiyat. This does not, in fact, convey the real idea of the Quran. He says that still it is short of all the meaning which the word Rabb, and from Rabb, Rububiyat carries. It does not convey, we cannot convey in the word which is translated as evolution. It has limitations. Every language has a limitation to translate word to word any word of Quran. This represents just one aspect of the Arabic word falah. He says that falah is also part of rububiyat. Falah is given, is inbuilt, part of rububiyat, which has a wider concept for unfolding the latent faculties of man. Ultimately, from the physical evolution, from the cosmic evolution to the biotic evolution, then came the stage of moral evolution, the emotional intelligence. And it is the stage of Savetuhu. Before that, man was there. Hominid was there. Homo erectus was there. Homo habilis was there. But they did not have sapience, the wisdom. They did not have the sentience, the feelings, the compassion, rahim, as we have. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created Adam. Adam means one who can live together, those who can live together. So for living together, one needs sentience, feelings. One needs sapience, wisdom, to form communities, society, ummat. Now for that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala added more modules, expanded the cranial capacity, expanded certain other capabilities and abilities of Adam, and then so that he can unfold, he can use those latent faculties. This is the process which he calls, Abdul Wadud, is the process of falah. It is part of rububiyah. And then he goes further to say the process of falah of which evolution is just one aspect. Evolution does not even explain the whole meaning of Allah. What to talk of rububiyat and what to talk of uluhiyat. But here we keep on fighting on evolution. Darwin said this, and we declare him. He does not know what is salah. He is not speaking about rububiyat. He is not speaking about uluhiyat. He is speaking just about one aspect which even he did not know at that time. There was no microscope. There was no DNA. And he says, this is what I have tried to understand. I'm leaving it for you to continue your further research into it. It was not the final thing. And it has changed completely. It is now what we are discussing is Darwin theory. It has completely changed as Big Bang has changed. It's no more the property of Darwin. It has completely changed. DNA has changed it. Genetics has changed it. Microscope has changed it completely. Is just one aspect. Gradually prepared the scene in the heavens and the earth where man was instituted, so that his innate faculties were developed to the fullest as Adam. Next verse 61 of 25 refers to the making of constellations. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that I made this universe as constellations, as heavens, as megaverse consisting of 7 universes. Now, this is now explained by the theory of strings. This is also called the theory of unification, the unified theory. And now the scientists are working on the unification of theory, that is Wahdaniyat, Wahid. They say these 4 fundamental forces are also controlled by one force, by one law, by one lawgiver. So if there is one creator, there must be one Rabb, who is the Lord, who is maintaining it, one rububiyat. Now, verse 30 of 21 shows that heavens and earth were created by cleaving asunder ratkan fafataknahuma. That is his explanation. And this is here 30, ayah 30. They were joined together. I will not repeat this. Now, in verse 25, 61, see, verse 61 of Surah 25, the word Ja'ala has been used. Bada, Fatara, Halaka, Sava, Sava. These have different meanings, scientific meanings. Original creation, Bada. Fatara, creation without any design. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Kun. This Kun contains the design also. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, send the message Kun to the singularity, it started peeling off forces. Since 15 billion years, the design of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala contained in one command, Kun, is still unfolding. Look at the power of God, that it is not just Bada, that something is thrown. Bada, and then it is Fatar. Fatar means creating without any design. And then Khalaq, evolving stage by stage. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, I created you tabaka, in stages. And then Fala. All these aspects are the part of the evolution which Quran is explaining. No other scientific theory explains this, but we are limiting Quran to the limited, very limited theory like Darwin's theory, and we fight that no, he is just talking about something very little. But we are bringing the theory of entire Quran against that small theory and giving it that status. So anyway, from above discussion, it appears that after heavens and earth and all between them were created in 6 days. 6 days. In 2 days, the globes were made from the nebula, from the ma, from the plasma. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمِنَ الْمَاءِ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ وَجَعَلْنَا مِنَ الْمَاءِ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ حَيٍّ. From that plasma, that plasma, that is the 4th state of matter, I created At other places, the ayat say, in 2 days, he created the globes, the arrangement of the heavens, that these are constellations, this is solar system, these are heavens, these are 7 heavens. And then in 4 next days, everything was mixed up in such a way that when you go to the Mars, you find the same earthen material. It is finely ground completely in fine particles. You find iron on Mars, you find iron on Earth, you find iron on Moon, you find iron in the core of the Earth, in the bottom of the Earth, you can say in the center of the Earth, you find there also that is mantle is made of metals, iron and nickel, metals. So these things Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mixed together in 4 days, so that everywhere the earthen material, and Allah uses one singular word for earthen material. Earthen material, from that Ratkan Fataknama, from that singularity, everywhere in the universe is the same earthen material. We brought stones from moon. There is earthen material on the Mars. There's earthen material on the earth. It is one single material which is called Ars. Here it means a singular. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses the word singular, Ars. So material is the same. In the entire universe, look at the power. In 4 days, everything mixed. In the globes, in 2 days, 2 days plus 4 days, 6 days, everything complete. And then the process of cooling continued. It took millions of years to form the crust of the earth on which we are standing. Beyond that, there are different layers. But on that crust, then it took millions of years when the biotic material, humus, was created. Hundreds of millions of years, the rain grew things here. Then algae, bacteria, the greenery, so many other things, they were buried, and then thicker layers of humus were created, so that we have agriculture. This is a Tahta Sara, microbiotic layer. It has taken millions of years. So we now come back to this 6 years from the primal material, which was Ratkan. They were made into solar systems. It's not only that we have solar system. There are solar systems, other solar systems also in the universe. Constellations, Buruj. And then through the processes, whereas further evolution, continuous evolution, Yakun is continuing, Mazara, and expansion of the universes is still continues. The other have also people have spoken about this. I've quoted now from this one, this thinker. There's one lawgiver. There may be 4 fundamental forces, but there is one law, one force which is controlling everything. And there must be one lawgiver, and he is one lawgiver. And the fascinating thing about all this creation and evolution is the moral law and order, moral evolution. If there was no moral in the universe cannot exist. You see how many billions and trillions of stars and galaxies and constellations and solar systems are in motion, moving, and all sorts of motions you can imagine. It is the creation of God, Subhan. Subhan is the originator, creator, along with the laws of motion. Everything put in motion is still in motion. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Subhan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is creator. The most important thing in the living systems is, as we say, life, biotic life, and then the motion. If there's no motion, there is no work, there's no energy, there's no universe. It will collapse. It is a motion, sabab. Subhan. Look at the work of Subhan. And Subhan also means the one who originates the law. He is not subject to any law. He can create any law. He created the laws of motion, Newton only discovered it. We have discovered it. Subhan. He is the creator of life, and then he is creator of motion, and he is creator of all types of motion and all laws of motion. If there is no motion, there's no life, everything will die. Everything. Then he says that the biggest thing is that it has a moral order. I was talking about the galaxies, trillions and millions and billions of stars. They are moving. Who is deciding the right of way? On this highway, when you are moving, you come to a sign, there is a stop, and there are certain laws. Now, this person will move first, this person will move next. This lane will go first, this lane will go next. Otherwise, there will be collision. Trillions of stars, billions of pathways. There's no collision. They are moving. Who is deciding this right of way? Who is giving them the right of way? That is, at this signal, the sun is coming, it will stop, and from the other constellation, the star is coming, and that will go first, and this will go next. And trillions. We can't even think of drawing the lines. Who is deciding this? This is the moral law and order of the universe. Not only within that, within our cells. When one ovum and sperm, they unite together to form the zygote, and when they start splitting, multiplying, who decides? Who decides that out of these two now, then 4 cells, then 8, then 16, which cell will go to make the eye? The other cell will go to make the skin. Who decides? Who decides the right of way? Who decides the right of function? Who decides the right of success? God alone, one lawgiver. This is science. They are telling this. I don't know. I really don't know. This is just I'm quoting from there. I'm placing it before you. You kindly look into it. You can have your own theories. These are theories. You conduct your own research and form your own opinion. He further clarifies that all creation and morality means the moral order. Morality, and without moral in our social life, we can't exist. We can't have ummah. Morality get their existence, and this is very important, meaning. What is the meaning? Why? What is the purpose? Why? Vision. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says vision. Where from anywhere ukhrijat, from anywhere you grow. For example, same word has been used, akhraj al-mara. From anywhere you grow as an ummah, as a country, as a nation, as a people, as a group, as a company, set your vision, set your purpose, set your moral purpose to the Qibla of God. Set it, align it, sync it, have the synchronization with the purpose of God, the purpose which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to the universe. I think I have taken more time. I stop here.
You can.
I stop here. Next time, we'll be discussing this turaban, tinan, and then hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, how the life started, how it is working. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzat amma yasifun wa salamun ala al-mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه. اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت وعافنا فيمن عافيت وتولنا فيمن توليت وبارك اللهم لنا فيما أعطيت وقنا واصرف عنا شر ما قضيت. اللهم ادخلنا برحمتك في عبادك الصالحين. اللهم اخرجنا من ظلمات الجهل والوهم إلى نور العلم. اللهم اجعلنا ممن يستمعون القول فيتبعون أحسنه. اللهم اكفنا بحلالك عن حرامك وبطاعتك عن معصيتك وفضلك عن من سواك. اللهم فضلك ورحمتك أعلى كلمة الحق والدين. اللهم انصر الإسلام وعز المسلمين يا أكرم الأكرمين. Oh Allah, spread your mercy upon us, shower us with your blessings, increase our knowledge, grant us forgiveness, and reward us with the company of the prophets in the Firdaus al-A'la. Oh Allah, forgive our parents and all our friends and relatives who have passed away. Oh Allah, make their graves garden from heaven and grant them the Firdaus al-A'la. Oh Allah, we have many of our friends and relatives who are sick. Oh Allah, grant all of them full and speedy recovery. Oh Allah, we have our son Ma'raj, our daughter Aisha Wani, and many others. Oh Allah, grant them full and speedy recovery. Oh Allah, guide our children, protect them, and make them righteous. Oh Allah, we have many of our brethren who are in Palestine and many parts of the world who are facing barbaric enemies, complacent Muslim world. Allah, oh Allah, grant them victory. Oh Allah, heal their trauma. Oh Allah, protect their helpless. Oh Allah, give them peace and prosperity. Oh Allah, we ask with every name you have elected for yourself, that none of us leave this gathering, but his pains have been relieved, his worries have been removed, his debts have been paid, his weaknesses have been concealed, his sins have been forgiven, and his needs have been fulfilled. سبحان الله وبحمده عدد خلقه ورضا نفسه وزنة عرشه ومداد كلماته. سبحان الله وبحمده عدد خلقه ورضا نفسه وزنة عرشه ومداد كلماته. سبحان الله وبحمده عدد خلقه ورضا نفسه وزنة عرشه ومداد كلماته. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على خير المرسلين. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.